and I know what I read, and I know Ridley called it an adult cartoon, and I said, oh, that's why I got in it.
And what about cause I'm just a huge fan of Joe Turkel too. So what was those scenes are so incredible. Those two scenes.
Well, Ridley had said they had a little trouble with Joe.
Oh, really?
Well, Joe, after that, he didn't work a lot more. So I'm not speaking out of turn. He got something. I see him. I've gone to an autograph show and talked, and I like him. He's kind of legendary with the Kubrick and people.
Yeah, that's what I talked to him about. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot, and but they said that they thought they weren't going to get through. I don't know what that meant. So we didn't get real close. Like Rutger, you're sitting right by him.
Sure.
And it was after the movie that I got to know him and like him. What did that mean? He just said we had some trouble. That they put cue cards up or something.
Gotcha.
But it is. I would love to have done as many movies. I don't know how many, but he is.
Oh, I mean, he worked with Robert Wise on the Sand Pebbles, right? I mean,
yeah.
The Kubrick movies, Jared Lewis. He worked with so many great filmmakers.
And believe me, don't say anything that I said. I get caught up in the. But what did he say about me? What did Ridley say to another actor? Oh,
sure,
he's so damn neurotic. He's going to cry and this and that. I don't know what. But Ridley's a tough guy, but I didn't have the problems that other people, the crew. I was too thrilled. Thrilled.
Is J.F. Sebastian? Is he sexually interested in Pris? I mean, is he interested in Pris, do you think?
Well, at the time, yeah, I think so, but I still don't know why he cast me. We gave him a piece of tape. He said, I'm all right, but my producer might want. Was he sexually interested? Probably every pretty woman. And at this stage, some men.
Nice.
But of course, and in real life, she made some drawings for me of the character, of course, and she had her girlfriend came on the set, Rachel Ward, long legs and leather slacks. You talk about a menage a trois, but out of my league. I knew it was out of my league, but if she, I mean, is it the cliche, the blind hog? Even a blind hog finds an acorn sometimes.
I just have a couple more for you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Were you I read a rumor online that you were originally cast in Cujo. Is that any truth to that rumor?
Yeah, I was afraid to tell you. Ed Lauder replaced me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and I never got my money. They have every right to replace you, but they're supposed to pay you your salary. So
Sure.
I hired a lawyer, and his office is in the Bradbury building, and they told some lies. I was a rascal off the set, but never on the set. But what happened, they fired Peter Medak, was a famous European director, and so the producer's covering himself. They got behind and this and that. But I was pretty self-destructive off the set in town. It was the third or fourth film in a row, and I had a new convertible. I thought I was on my way, and I never really gained the momentum that I had. But I scared the little boy, and the boy and his mother, they'd looked all over the country, and so off the set, he was scared of me. And you talk to his movie mother,
Dee Wallace,
from E.T. If you talk to her, she'll tell you a different story. But the crews lied to the Screen Actors Guild, and I've had that happen before. It was devastating. I wanted to wreck my convertible on the way back to Southern California, and my mother said, "Oh, just think about Andrew, my son, and that's good advice." There's a lot of disappointments. Johnny Carson said he had more disappointments than successes.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
people think, that I got to work with him briefly, Johnny Carson. That was fun.
What did you do with him?
He came on the Newhart show.
Oh yeah, okay.
Bob
okay.
owed him. Bob owed him. I mean, Bob always was there to fill in for him. And but gosh, I'm talking about dead people so much. I hope you'll cover me. tell him I wasn't too boring.
Sure. Right. And then what about Fletch? I have to ask about Fletch.
Oh God. When I'm getting carried away. Fletch started out as 2 scenes, Michael Ritchie, and they said, we liked what you did in Blade Runner. Then when it came to do it, the agent said, well, you can do it if you want to. I was already on the television series, afraid I wouldn't get another film. And then I went to the set, and I don't know, Chevy wasn't that nice. They were real nice in the interview, but so it was not much, but people still ask about it. But my friend is a spinal surgeon, and I was kidding him about something that happened. He's internationally famous, my college roommate, high school buddy. And my wife said, ask him about Fletch to level me.
Sure.
I did nothing. Casting director see you doing nothing. But 2 schools of thought. If you're handsome Harrison Ford, you wait and you pick, or you take everything.
Right.
I took everything. I'd never work.
And then there was a film I watched it yesterday actually. It's sort of one of those under the radar ones, sort of interesting. It's a film you did with Vernon Wells, cage fighting film called Caged Man or Last Man Standing.
Yeah, Vernon, he's a tough guy. I think.
Gym owner with a heart of gold.
This is where I was a fight manager.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and Vernon, they used a heavyweight champion in that film, a Canadian guy, and he's since passed away. But there's Vernon was holding me, and he's got a real grip, and I thought he was going to break my neck. But I liked him, and probably a non-union film. I'm not sure. I hope you don't print that, but they used to give you pretty good money sometimes. I guess so you keep your mouth shut. But one thing, they used a lot of real people, boxing fans, fighters, and one guy was thinking I was not acting. He thought I was some kind of tough guy, and he said I didn't take my medicine, and they had to get him off the set. He was crazy. He was an ex-boxer.
Wow.
Who I don't know how I upset him, but hey, it was Rose and Ruby. I forget. I did a couple up there with that guy. He owes money, but he also gave me money up front once, and I wanted to give it back because Newhart wouldn't let me go, and the manager said, "Don't give him the money back. It was pay or play." I thought at least give him half. But did I get off Vernon? Vernon's a tough guy. He trained heavily, and I hope he's well. I haven't heard about him lately.
Yeah, he's still around. Absolutely. What about
He'd say the same thing about me. He hadn't probably seen me.
Well, it's not a very good film, but it's I appreciate your performance in it.
Oh, well, it's humbling. I don't know. Back then, free trips to Canada.
There you go.
And if I was on the series, you're lucky to get a job. So that was one of the fears, one of the joys of not being in every episode. They have let me out to do a show, and but I think every job is probably my last, and I'm not. It sounds arrogant. I don't have to work now. I still enjoy it, and I probably have to be careful that I'm not boring or weak.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, no. I mean, you know how old I am, so you lose something. I think films are mainly about young people.
You're like a fine wine, right? Just get better with age. So.
Well, there are some. Michael Caine, maybe, and
sure.
The late sheriff that I worked with. Oh, he died. He was so tough. But stamina is everything, and I don't have the stamina I had. Late night shooting is hard.
Sure, absolutely. What about Wagons East? I'm sure you've got a John Candy story you can share.
I wanted to do the film because I wanted to see him, and it was written funny. But I guess with Richard Lewis ad-libbing 1993 lines, it just became a mess. And John died a few days before it was over, and they used his double. But I got to live there 12 weeks or so and practice Spanish, and my wife was down there and did the same. John Wayne used to go to Durango, and they said because no wives wanted to go down there. But mine stayed. She either didn't trust me or really cared about me. And she's the only one that stayed that long. But it was, I thought it was funny on paper.
Sure. Well, there's that Bob Dylan song, "One Romance in Durango," right? So maybe that's why she was thinking.
Well, the people were nice. You didn't want to get too far out on the road by yourself, though. But the agent said, "I don't want you to go down. It's pilot season." And that it wasn't about money. That's why they're shooting in Mexico. I wanted to work with him.
Sure.
And he was fun. But when I came back, I had to sell the house eventually. So, but John had asked me, "You coming back?" They'd have parties, Yeah, I'll be back. You gonna be here? Where am I going? This is 2 a.m. then. I said, "Let me just walk Sharon home," and I knew I wasn't coming back. By then, I'd already learned, try to do your partying off the set.
Sure, right. Yeah, he was quite jovial and still going strong, right, at that time?
Yeah, and my friend that I mentioned to you earlier was going to do back surgery on him, so but he's funny and he's warm. I don't think the producers would say the same thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
But that was his third film in a row, I believe, in real high altitude, and it was too much.
Sure, yeah. He had done that film with Michael Moore, Michigan filmmaker, Canadian Bacon, too, right around